Hello everyone. Today we are starting with our new chapter, that is Rdbms. Till now we have learned about DBMS, its terminologies, advantages and disadvantages. After that we learned about different types of data models in which we have to focus on our relational data model. So now our today's topic is Rdbms. The very first thing, what is Rdbms? So Rdbms is Relational Database Management System. Now the term arises relational databases. What are relational databases? So basically databases which stores data in form of relations, or you can say in form of tables, are known as relational databases. And the software which is used to manage these databases are known as Rdbms, or Relational Database Management System. As I have told you earlier that database are the collection of interrelated data or structured data, and the software which is used to manage the database is known as Database Management System or DBMS. Similarly, databases which stores data in the form of relations or tables that I told you earlier about the relational model. So those databases are known as relational databases, and softwares which are used to manage relational databases is known as Relational Database Management System. Now here are a few examples of Rdbms softwares. I have given you two types of softwares. One is open source, other one is proprietary. So open source softwares are those softwares which are free to use and their source code are available for the users, whereas proprietary softwares are those softwares which are not free to use. We have to pay for them to use them. So here are the examples. MySQL, you can download it directly from its site and you can use it without paying anything. Similarly, we have PostgreSQL, then SQLite, which is with Python also. Now, proprietary softwares, we are having Microsoft SQL Server, IBM DB2, Informix, etc. Okay, we are having many more softwares. I have only named a few here. After that, in our today's lecture, we are going to learn about the terminologies, then key concept and MySQL. Key concept and MySQL we will take in another lecture. Today we are only going through terminologies. In terminology, first term is relation. What is a relation? As I told you earlier that a table in Rdbms is known as relation, or you can say that a relation is a 2D matrix which is in the form of rows and columns. Okay. So here we are having a table, and the complete table is known as a relation. Okay, we are having a table which is formed of rows and columns. Rows are the horizontal ones, columns are the vertical ones, and the complete table is known as relation. Now next term is domain. What is a domain? So basically domain is a set of values which form a particular attribute. A domain is a set of values which form a particular attribute. So you can see over here in marks column, or you can see the marks field, we are having certain values like 97, 98, 92, 96. So these are forming the values, or these are forming the column, that is marks. So these values are domain. These are the permitted values which forms a column. I think all of you are familiar with the linear programming in mathematics. So in that we are having equations like x plus y is equal to 2. Okay, so it is 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, 0 plus 2 is equal to 2. Okay, so same case we are having 0, 1, 2 as our values. So these are the domain of that equation, or you can say that the solutions or the permitted values which can solve that particular equation. So similarly in this case we are having these values as 97, 98, 92, etc. So these are the domain of this column. Next we are having tuple. Tuple, record, row is the same thing. In Excel you can say that we are having row or column, right? In a table we are having row or column. Row are the horizontal one. The same case in Access we are calling them records, and in Rdbms we are calling them tuple. A row in a table or a record in a table is known as tuple. The horizontal ones are known as tuple. A row in a table or a record in a table is known as tuple. Okay. Similarly, attribute, field और column. Column हम Excel में बोलते हैं, field भी हम SS में Excel में बोलते हैं. RDBMS में हम vertical ones जो column होते हैं, field होते हैं, उनको attribute कहते हैं. A field or a column is known as attribute in RDBMS. Okay, so the vertical ones are considered as attribute in RDBMS. I think these terms are pretty much clear to you. What is a relation? A table is known as a relation in RDBMS. Set of permitted values which form a particular column is known as domain. Okay, the horizontal ones, a record or a row in a table is known as tuple. A vertical one, or you can say a column or a field in a table, is known as attribute. Basically, attributes are the properties of any entity. Okay, a real world existing thing, right? For suppose I am having an entity named student. मेरा जो table का name है वो क्या है? Student. Here I am storing the marks of a student, its percent, subject, age, name, student ID. So these are the property. I am having a table student and student ID, its name, age, subject, marks, percent. These all are the properties of that entity student, basically of the table. So these are known as the attributes. Attributes are the properties of any real world existing thing. So in case of RDBMS, columns or the vertical ones, fields are known as attributes. In the horizontal ones, row, record are known as tuple. Now the next term arises, degree and cardinality. What is a degree in a table and what is cardinality in a table? Number of columns or number of attributes is known as degree. Number of columns or number of attributes is known as degree. And number of rows or number of tuples is known as cardinality in a table. So we can count over here SID 1, name, second, age, subject, marks, percent. So in all we are having 6 columns in our table. Okay, so our degree is 6. In this table our degree is 6. Now rows. Remember this thing, in rows we have to count only the data. Okay, only records, not the column header. Okay, so we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So in total we are having 6 columns and 6 rows. So basically the degree of table is 6. Similarly, degree of cardinality is 6. Now for suppose if I remove one column, if I remove the percent column from this table or this relation, then what will be the degree of this table? So now we are having only SID, name, age, subject and marks. We are having 5 columns. So now the degree of the table is 5 or the degree of relation is 5. Okay, and cardinality is 6. Okay, and if I remove one record, for suppose I delete the data of Diana from this table, I delete the record of Diana from this table, then I am having only 5 rows after that. Similarly, my cardinality will be 5. So a relation is a table, a set of permitted values is domain, which are eligible to form a column. Okay, horizontal one, a row or a record in a table is known as tuple. A column or a field in a table is known as attribute. Basically, attribute are the properties of any relation or entity. Next, degree and cardinality. Number of columns in a table is known as degree and number of rows in a table is known as cardinality. Okay, children. So, in our today's lecture, we learned about the terminologies which we are going to use in RDBMS. In our next lecture, we will focus on the key concept. Okay, we will learn about different keys in a table or in a relation. Thank you.